This is Chris Spiker. I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with our first guest, Ann Phillips from AV Food and Wine.
Hey, welcome, Ann.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we met at the new member orientation.
Yes, we did.
And what was the decision in joining the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I wanted to get to know people in the community since what I'm doing is focused on this community, for the most part. Antelope Valley Food and Wine. And so we are focusing on all the fun things that are going on in the food and wine business up here in the Antelope Valley and in Santa Clarita. And we're actually going to be going as far north as Tehachapi as well, because there's a whole bunch of things going on there.
Well, I understand food and wine, and the AV, is that Antelope Valley?
Yes, that is stands for the Antelope Valley, although it could mean area viticulture, which is a whole different subject about wine, AVAs.
So, Aaron, we want to make sure that when we edit the video that we put the, what was it, viticulture?
Yeah.
Yeah, put that in there so when people type in, they're doing a search, our video pops up.
Oh, okay.
That's why we shoot the video, because the show plays one time and then it's gone. But if we can videotape it, then it's out there and people find us in Discovery.
Oh, okay, great.
What made you start the business?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. This will be my third business, and I started thinking about what are the things that I really enjoy, because it's like the third chapter, you know? And so I seem to just talk about food and wine incessantly. And we moved up here to Acton about 2 years ago. And I found out that there's this whole scene up here that I don't think many people know about in Los Angeles or the San Fernando Valley. And because I was talking to my friends and saying, wow, do you know that there's all these wineries up here and tasting rooms?
They said, what?
They said, what? And they didn't really believe me, because people have this misconception up here that we're somehow like the low desert, that it gets so hot up here that grapes would fry. And that's completely wrong. I mean, the summers here are totally tolerable. And so the wine business here is growing by leaps and bounds. I swear, there's almost a tasting room, this is a slight exaggeration, opening up almost every week.
And it seems like that.
It is, it definitely does. And in fact, Los Angeles Magazine for, I think it was the month of November, yes, they did an article on, it was called Great Escapes, about that this is the new hot wine area.
Wow.
I know, totally, wow.
It's like a secret.
Yes, it is. And so that's why I wanted to start AV Food and Wine, which I guess I should explain exactly what it is. It is going to be, well, right now we've got social media presence, and we've got Instagram, and we've got Facebook, and we have Twitter, and I do a blog about various businesses and fun things that are happening up here. But we hope to have a print edition out in the spring. It's going to be a quarterly publication that is going to feature a winemaker of the month. It'll feature a restaurant that we'll go into detail about. It's going to be a beautiful magazine with beautiful photos and interesting articles, and then I'll have a calendar of events of what's going on. We're also going to get into a little bit of wine education, we think. We'll probably do something on beer that's happening up here. But my whole goal with this is to make people outside of the area, and in the area as well, but to make those folks in LA who are an easy, drive up here.
An hour.
Yes, exactly. To come up and really experience all that this area has to offer. And it'll be really fun to come up and go to different tasting rooms, and there's actual vineyards where you can sit outside in the vineyards up here, which is also a really fun experience.
What an experience.
I know.
Because we go to the market and we buy wine and there's no place to sit.
No, well, there might be, but you're not supposed to drink it on the premises, I don't think.
So you're bringing all the different groups together, all the different wineries and the restaurants?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do is, bringing them all together so that people outside of the area know how many different places there are. And I also am focusing on, since we're all into, or a lot of us are into, eating local, I think it's also important to drink local. Because if you use that same, logic of, okay, well, it's better to eat something that is grown nearby by somebody that is my neighbor. It's not having to be transported where there's a lot of fossil fuels or pollution.
Right.
So why not use that same logic when it comes to drinking wine or beer? And it isn't anymore, I don't think, about quality, because definitely the wines that I have tasted up here are very good and have won lots of awards. There's one of the wines, Nougache, who does a Pinot Noir up here, got a 91 point at Wine Enthusiast. Now that's really good. And there's lots of wines that have won gold medals in various fairs, and one that's particularly tough to win in is one up in San Francisco. And so, like, Reyes has done that, and the Reyes is located in Agua Dulce. But, yeah, so the quality is here. You can drive up, experience, meet the winemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why not do it?
You get a room up here, you spend the night, a nice quiet weekend, there's no traffic on that freeway on the weekends.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And there's also great places to eat, too. There's more and more places opening up. There's now going to be a new wine bar, Complexity, that should be opening in Lancaster in the next couple of weeks.
We're going to have them on the show here the next week or so.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting it all set up.
Yeah.
They must be perfectionists because they're taking a lot of time getting it all a certain
No, I think
way.
it's going to be really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. So we're all excited about that opening. But yeah, there's all kinds of things going on up here. And, we'll probably also write about the performing arts as well, bring in some art that's going on so that people, if they are going to be spending the night here, they can also go to either the Palmdale Performing Arts
Right.
or Lancaster. I've only been to Lancaster, but I know that's a beautiful complex.
Oh, LPAC? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
right
really
downtown, so
nice.
there's there's just walking across the street from dining and wine tasting and beer brewing.
Yes, exactly. There's all kinds of things going on the boulevard, as we call it, as you know.
I'm thinking when you do put out this hard copy magazine, it's kind of like a Bible, isn't it? I mean, everything is in there, and contact information doesn't change, and addresses and little maps and.
Yeah, there's going to be a wine trail map for sure in there. Now, the things that will change will be the the events that people are doing, because there's so many events that are going on. In fact, today at Thief and Barrel, they're introducing a new winemaker there, and so they're going to be doing a special event at their location. There's just all kinds of things going on.
The Thief and Barrel's been on the show, but that's a unique setup because
It is.
they have the equipment, and if you have some grapes to make into wine, you can rent their equipment, right?
Yes, you
Schedule
can.
their
Well,
equipment.
see, they've got the wine resources part, which is definitely a crush facility where you can actually order grapes through them if you want it as well, or you source your own, and then you can make. Yes, they have the full facility in the back there to make your wine for you, and then in the front is a tasting room that offers tastings of the various wines that they carry, and they carry a variety now. And they also have events, and in fact, they have classes there. I am taking a class there right now on French wines.
Wow.
Yeah,
We're
all
talking
kinds
with-
of things.
Talking with Ann Phillips, AV Food and Wine. How do people get in touch with you? Where do they find you?
Well, the best way, well, we're on Instagram or on Facebook, so that's always great. You can follow us there, but you can also email is probably the best way to get a hold of me, and that's avfoodandwineemail@gmail.com.
Or they could call the chamber and ask Anna or Sharon, who was that lady that's AV Food and Wine?
Yes, yeah, they could do that too. I'm sure they would help out.
This has been a fast 12 minutes. You got another minute to go. What am I forgetting to ask you?
Well, we could.
You can tell them that I'm a great designated driver.
Okay.
If you're celebrating
Well-
and enjoying and you want to have just one more.
Well, actually, I could mention the fact that people from LA could actually take the train up here, which a lot of people forget about the train, and the train is really fabulous.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I
Sharon
love the
loves
train.
Yeah.
And so they can get it, I don't know, depending on where they are down. It starts at Union Station and it comes all the way up here. And then there's a tasting rooms within walking distance, or they can Uber once they get up here.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
So just look for the guy or the gal in the red suit and they'll direct you down to the winery.
Exactly.
You have your couple of tastings and then you can come back and get on the train, have a nice evening. Welcome to the Antelope Valley.
Yes, exactly. So fun.
What a nice, we call that AV nice. There are amazing things that go on in the Antelope Valley.
I know.
People have no idea.
I know, but I'm trying to spread the word.
Well, thank you. Talking with Ann Phillips, AV Food and Wine. Thank you for being a chamber member.
Well, thank you.